stand as the Iowa State University Navy ROTC Color Guard presents the colors and vocalist Austin Rewer sings our national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Center, base. Center, base. Center, base. Forward, march. Left, 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 left.
Students and guests, please be seated. Good afternoon. I'm Laura Jolly, Dean and Dean's Chair in the College of Health and Human Sciences. Welcome to our Convocation. This afternoon, we are proud to recognize students who will receive official confirmation of bachelor's degrees during the Iowa State University graduation commencement ceremony tomorrow evening. Today is a time of celebration centered around you, our students. You are shining examples of what it means to be a health and human scientist. Whether you're educating the next generation, protecting our food systems, creating unforgettable experiences, building healthier bodies and minds, designing new clothing, or engaging in countless other careers that move humanity forward. Your time at Iowa State has prepared you for meaningful work that can impact entire communities and multiple generations. Your strong academic rigor, combined with the hands-on experiences you've had, will be assets wherever you begin your next chapter. I'd encourage you to think about the people who have supported you throughout your journey. Everyone in this audience and those who are thinking of you today are incredibly proud of you. Thank you for becoming a Cyclone. Our faculty and staff are honored to have shared in your joy and achievements. We would like to recognize our students who are in the United States military, as well as the people in the audience who have served our country. If you are able, please stand so we can show our appreciation. Now to our graduates. We can't say it enough, but we are all so incredibly proud of you and know you'll go on to do amazing things. If you are able, please stand and be recognized. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Tondalia Kidd, Associate Dean and Director of Health and Human Sciences Extension and Outreach. Students, your exams may now be behind you, but your learning doesn't stop here. As you receive your degree and move forward into your next chapter, you may leave campus, but you do not leave behind Iowa State. Through Iowa State University Extension and Outreach, learning continues in all 99 Iowa counties and beyond. Nearly 1,000 faculty and staff provide educational programs, workshops, and resources every day in communities, online, and across the state of Iowa. As you begin the journey ahead, I encourage you to stay connected, keep growing, and continue exploring new opportunities through Iowa State University Extension and Outreach. Wherever life takes you, Iowa State will always be a place where you can continue learning, expanding your potential, and building the life you want to live. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. I'm Jennifer Margaret, and I serve as Associate Dean for Research and Graduate Education in our college. Many of our College of Health and Human Sciences graduates will be wearing different cords during the ISU commencement ceremony tomorrow. Red or gold honor cords recognize students who are graduating with distinction. This means they have earned a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 or above on our 4-point scale. A number of exceptional students have completed the honors programs, and they wear medallions. Graduation from the University Honors Program requires not only outstanding grades, but also completion of special courses in an individualized curriculum and completion of a rigorous research project in a topic unique to each student. Some students in the college have been inducted into honor societies, and these represent disciplines in their majors. These include Alpha Upsilon Alpha, Beta Gamma Sigma, Eta Sigma Delta, Eta Sigma Gamma, Kappa Delta Pi, Kappa Omicron Nu, Phi Upsilon Omicron, Sigma Phi Omega, and many multidisciplinary honor societies. These include Phi Kappa Phi, Golden Key, Cardinal Key, and Mortarboard. Students completing the teacher education program also wear cords. Would all of the students graduating with distinction from the honors program as a member of an honor society or as a future educator please stand to be recognized? Many of our students are exceptional scholars, achieving grades in the top 10% of their major while also engaging in extensive leadership and service. Each department and school was asked to identify one graduating senior who represents a truly outstanding example of the excellence displayed by the graduates of the College of Health and Human Sciences. At this time, we are pleased to present the Dean's Recognition Awards. Odalis Garcia Jimenez is graduating summa cum laude with a 4.0 grade point average and a Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education. She has also earned endorsements in K-8 reading, K-12 English, and English as a second language. Odalis has completed practicum experiences at King Elementary in Des Moines, where she helps students explore college education as an attainable path. She also completed an experience at Maple Grove Elementary in Waukee, where she received distinguished ratings in all evaluation areas. She completed her student teaching at Lincoln Elementary in Spencer, Iowa, as well as at a high school in Taiwan. As one nominator shared, her hard work, dedication to excellence, and passion for teaching and making a difference in the lives of young people is remarkable. She also gained experience as an academic skills coach with Iowa State Success Center, personalizing coaching to fellow students and helping them overcome challenges. In addition, she served as a summer education intern with Iowa PBS, leading interactive educational activities for children at farmers markets, and supporting the planning of Be My Neighbor Day. After graduation, Odalis plans to return to Spencer to serve as a district-wide K-12 English as a second language teacher. She has a bright future ahead of her as an educator. Please join me in congratulating Odalis. Our next Dean Recognition Award recipient is Cecilia Hill. She's graduating summa cum laude with a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology and Health and a minor in biology. She has maintained a 4.0 grade point average while completing the rigorous pre-physical therapy option, and she's a member of the Honors University program, as well as a recipient of multiple scholarships and awards. Cecilia has distinguished herself as an undergraduate researcher in Professor Elizabeth Stegelmoller's Alternative Medicine and Music for Parkinson's Disease Lab. She led an independent research project examining verbal and visual cues for upper and lower extremity movement among individuals with Parkinson's disease. She was able to present her work at the Iowa State Honors Symposium. And then, in addition, she completed advanced data analyses for another project and presented internationally. And Dr. Stegelmoller notes that this was a first achievement for students in her lab. Her commitment to service is equally strong. Cecilia has completed more than 100 hours of Parkinson's disease therapy volunteering, including helping plan outreach events and promoting therapy at American Parkinson's Disease Association events. She has also served as president of Iowa State's Pre-Health Club since fall 2023, as well as an ambassador for the College of Health and Human Sciences. This fall, Cecilia will attend the University of Iowa's Doctor of Physical Therapy program. Her achievements in research, leadership, and service will serve her well as she takes this next step. Let's congratulate Cecilia. Our final Dean's Recognition Award recipient is Anna Weber. Anna is graduating summa cum laude with a Bachelor of Science, double majoring in fashion, design and merchandising, and in event management. In the fall of 2024, she also gained global perspective in the fashion and events industry through a study abroad in Florence. As a leader on campus, Anna recently served as a producer for the Iowa State University's fashion show. This is the largest run fashion show in the country. In this role, she led and supported 16 director teams and more than 200 members in planning and executing the show. She collaborated with fellow producers to build relationships with industry professionals and oversaw fundraising initiatives and team development. She previously served as design director for the fashion show and as a teaching assistant for the digital production course in event management. Anna currently works as an assistant wedding coordinator and social media managers at E.T. Tra Farms Wedding Venue, where she coordinates event logistics, manages client communications, supervises staff, and creates video and image content for social media. As one nominator shared, Anna demonstrates professionalism, initiative, and commitment to excellence that will serve her well in her future and reflect positively on Iowa State University. Congratulations, Anna.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Robert Reason, and I'm the Associate Dean for Undergraduate Academic Affairs. And like many of you, today, the very proud parent of a 2026 graduate of the College of Health and Human Sciences. It's my pleasure right now to introduce our student marshals. Graciana Venerable is our college marshal and carried our college banner as our graduates entered this afternoon. She's graduating summa cum laude with a Bachelor's of Science in Dietetics and a minor in Human Development and Family Studies. She has applied her classroom learning as a joyful eating intern with Iowa State Student Health and Wellness, providing meal planning information to fellow students through counseling, programming, and online materials. Graciana also managed the storeroom for the Food Science Human Nutrition Teaching Labs, maintaining supplies for multiple classes, coordinating with faculty, and supervising a team of student employees. Her leadership and professional development include participation in the Transcend Up Fellowship, which supports mentorship with faculty and graduate students. She has also served as a learning community peer mentor and the co-president of the Iowa State Student Dietetics Association. Graciana also assisted with a presentation at a STEM conference and participated in a study abroad program in Puerto Rico. As one nominator shared, Graciana is highly motivated, takes initiative, works hard to achieve her academic and professional goals. She almost always has a smile on her face, and I admire her passion, sincerity, and authenticity when interacting with others. Graciana will continue her studies at the University of Iowa's Masters of Clinical Nutrition program. Congratulations, Graciana. The College of Health and Human Sciences Student Council serves the college in many ways. This select group of student leaders from other student organizations within the college We would like to recognize the graduating seniors who have served on the College of Health and Human Sciences Student Council during this academic year. Would all council members please stand to be recognized? No? All right. Thank you. Each semester, the College of Health and Human Sciences Student Council recognizes an outstanding student for their remarkable leadership within the college, the university, and the Ames community. Our graduating student of the semester is Brenna Fisher. Brenna is graduating magna cum laude with a Bachelor's of Science in Kinesiology and Health, along with minors in biology, exercise science, and psychology. Brenna has gained extensive research experience at Iowa State through multiple roles. She served as a Louise Rosenfeld intern in the fall of 2025, developing skills in data analysis, and has worked for the past year as a research assistant with Walk with Ease. In this role, she assists with leading warm-ups, cool-downs, and exercises while engaging participants during walking sessions and evaluation. Brenna has also grown as a campus leader during her time at Iowa State. As president of the College of Health and Human Sciences Student Council, she led council operations, facilitated meetings, and strengthened campus partnerships. Through several leadership roles with Iowa State Dance Marathon, she supported external efforts including media, design, alumni, and youth outreach, while collaborating with team members and engaging with families. She currently works as a rehabilitation technician at McFarland Clinic in Ames, assisting physical therapists with patient care and treatment support. Previously, she worked as a performance testing specialist at Accelerate Performance Lab in Ankeny, conducting testing sessions and serving as a point of contact between athletes and coaches. After graduation, Brenna will attend an accelerated nursing program to pursue a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing with the goal of working as a pediatric ICU nurse. Congratulations, Brenna. I am now very pleased to introduce our University Marshal, Aaron Line. Aaron will carry the College of Health and Human Sciences banner tomorrow evening at the All-University Commencement Ceremony. Aaron is graduating summa cum laude with a Bachelor's of Science in Human Development and Family Studies and a minor in psychology. Through her time at Iowa State, she has demonstrated exceptional academic performance, leadership, and campus involvement. As one nominator shared, Erin approaches learning not as a series of requirements to complete, but as an opportunity to refine her understanding of how to support individuals and families in meaningful and sustainable ways. Outside the classroom, Erin has gained valuable professional experience. She currently works as a teaching assistant at ChildServe in Ames, supporting young children with developmental, social, emotional, and behavioral needs. She previously interned at Orchard Place in Des Moines, supporting youth residents at a mental health and residential treatment center, and at the Learning Garden in Nebraska, where she collaborated with teachers on classroom management and learning activities and was named Employee of the Month. Her leadership and service are evident through her involvement in Best Buddies, refugee resettlement efforts through Project Welcome, and literacy and mentoring initiatives. She has also held leadership positions in her sorority, Pi Beta Phi, including philanthropic work supporting literacy-based programming. Erin will attend the University of Nebraska at Omaha to pursue a master's degree in social work. This summer, she will intern at Genda Family Services as a family support worker and will continue in that role while completing her graduate studies. Congratulations, Erin. Erin will now deliver remarks on behalf of the graduating class of 2026.
Thank you, Associate Dean Reason. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the graduating class of the College of Health and Human Sciences, I am truly honored to stand here before you all today. I will be honest, I'm not much of a public speaker, but I guess this is one of those moments where we have to push ourselves into the uncomfortable. And honestly, that's something I believe we've all learned during our time here. For change to happen, we have to be willing to sit in the discomfort. Before anything else, I want to thank our families, friends, and everyone who supported us along the way. For me, I grew up with two very different but equally important influences. My mom always taught me to have a plan, be organized, hold myself accountable, and to keep pushing myself to do better. And my dad taught me something just as important: to breathe, let go a little, and trust things will work out. That balance, my own version of yin and yang, has carried me throughout my time here. It helped me set goals and chase them, but also taught me how to pick myself up and adjust when things don't go the way I expected. And if there's one thing we all know by now, it's that things rarely go as planned. Iowa State met me in that space. There were moments where I didn't have it all figured out, where my plans changed, and I wasn't sure what was to come next. And in those moments, people here showed up for me. My advisor, Liz Harris, watched me make a pretty big and slightly impulsive decision to graduate early and completely change my career path less than a year ago. Instead of questioning it, she believed in me. She supported me even when I was still figuring things out for myself. And Dr. Zarling introduced me to a class that truly changed my life, the science and practice of happiness. It didn't just teach me something new, but genuinely changed the way I see my future. It helped me realize that I wanted to move toward mental health and therapy, toward helping people in a more deeper and more meaningful way. Those moments, those people, are a huge part of what makes this place so special. And I know I'm not the only one who's had someone here step in, guide us, and believe in us when we needed it most. As we graduate, get our diplomas, and start moving into this next chapter, it can feel like everything needs to fall perfectly into place, that we need to have it all figured out right away. But the truth is, that's not how it works. Things may not go your way. You might not land your dream job right after graduation, but that doesn't mean you failed. It just means your path is unfolding differently than you expected, and that's okay. When I was stressed about getting my internship, my mom sent me a text that said, "You did your very best, and if you don't get it, it means there's another place where you're meant to be." That stayed with me, and I hope it stays with you too, because sometimes the unexpected turns are the ones that lead you exactly where you're meant to be. So as we leave here today, I hope you all carry that with you, the ability to keep going, to adapt, and to trust yourself, even when things feel uncertain, even when they push you into the uncomfortable. To the class of 2026, be proud of yourselves, of the challenges you faced, the growth you did not always notice, and the strength it took to get to this day. We made it. Thank you.
My name is Hae-young Kim, professor and chair of the Department of Apparel, Events, and Hospitality Management, proudly known as AWESOME. Today, we celebrate graduates from 3 programs that stand out for their excellence and their impact on the industries we serve. Fashion design and merchandising blends creativity with strategy, shaping careers in design, product development, and retail leadership where innovation meets influence. Event management empowers graduates to create experiences that bring people together and strengthen communities, whether planning conferences, festivals, or sports events. Hospitality management builds on a tradition of excellence, preparing professionals who can transform service into the art of human connection. On behalf of our awesome faculty and staff, I extend heartfelt congratulations and best wishes as you begin the next chapter of your journey. It is now my great pleasure to welcome our graduates to the stage.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in event management. Morgan Driscoll, cum laude. Morgan would like to thank her parents for their constant love and support, her family for standing beside her through every challenge, and her friends for reminding her she was capable when she doubted herself.
Abby Mae Johnson. Abby's future plans are working for Farm Bureau Financial Services as an ad marketing underwriter in Central South Dakota.
Michaela Olin. Michaela's favorite ISU memories when she was selected as one of 6 students to attend IMEX America in Las Vegas last fall, where she was able to network with industry professionals and connect with students from other universities.
Maya Helm, magna cum laude. Maya would like to thank her family, friends, and those at Iowa State who have supported, encouraged, and guided her throughout her journey. Your belief in her, constant motivation, and unwavering support have made this achievement possible.
Delaney Thompson, summa cum laude. Delaney's future plans are to work as an event coordinator at North Bridge Events Center.
Emerson Rose Florence Kane, cum laude and honors. Emerson's favorite ISU memory is dressing up in costumes as an international orientation leader. From a fish to left shark and ending up as a blow-up lobster, she is glad to be leaving ISU knowing people will remember her that way.
Hayden Dumont, magna cum laude. Hayden's future plans are to work for the White Willow events as an event coordinator and designer.
Isabel Woodard. Isabel's favorite ISU memory is watching the sunrise on Cyhawk Morning her sophomore year while walking campus with her dog Kingston before anyone else was awake and watching it shine over the campanile.
Lily Schmidt. Lily would like to thank her professors, academic advisor, and the friends and family who supported her along the way.
Brooklyn Helmers. Brooklyn would like to thank her parents for all their love and support and her little sister for pushing her to be the best role model.
Olivia Johnson, summa cum laude. Olivia's future plans are to continue working for the United States Golf Association and travel to multiple golf championships across the country.
Lucy Couchman, magna cum laude. Lucy's future plans are to work in the front office of a professional soccer team where she can be involved in operations, player management, and team strategy.
Elizabeth Scott, summa cum laude. Elizabeth would like to thank her family for always being her biggest supporters, supporting her dreams, and standing by her through everything.
Elise York, cum laude. Elise's favorite ISU memory is serving the ISU community through all different organizations she's been part of. Her favorite was Cyclone Alley and serving as the women's basketball chair. It'll always be loyal, forever true.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in fashion design and merchandising. Jolia Stoll. Future plans are to get her master's in fashion journalism at the University of the Arts, London.
Rowan Kidd. Rowan would like to thank her friends and family for making it an amazing 4 years, and Jason Gangan for teaching her how to love sewing.
Haley Peel, cum laude. Haley would like to thank her family for supporting her throughout her college career and always cheering her on.
Peyton Green. Peyton would like to thank her FDM professors who believed in her and helped her through her 4 years, and her family who are her biggest cheerleaders.
Brinley DeGroat. Brinley's favorite ISU memory is studying abroad in Italy and continuing to learn new things and meet new people within her major and outside of it.
Kennedy Harris. Kennedy would like to thank her friends, professors, and more importantly, her family that has never failed to show up and support her through this chapter in her life.
Mallory David, summa cum laude. Mallory would like to thank her family and friends for their constant support.
Anna Weber, summa cum laude. Anna would like to thank her mom and dad for trusting her when she told them she wanted to move from Michigan to the middle of Iowa for college. Best decision ever.
Megan Lauren Ream, summa cum laude. Megan would like to thank her friends, family, and God.
Catherine Fellman, summa cum laude. Catherine would like to thank her family for their constant support and encouragement and the amazing faculty in her major who have had such a positive impact on her education.
Giovanna Nicolini. Giovanna's future plans are to attend Istituto Europa di Design for a master's in fashion communications and styling.
Olivia Fife, summa cum laude. Olivia would like to thank her family for always supporting her and being her biggest cheerleaders from day one. And to her boyfriend, Zach, thank you for your love and for reminding her she could do this every step of the way.
Sierra Dale. Sierra would like to thank, summa cum laude. Sierra would like to thank her boyfriend, Sam. Thank you for grounding her, encouraging her, and believing in her every step of the way.
Lauren Clark. Lauren's future plans are to work for Breakthrough, a marketing agency as a social media manager and content creator.
Sarah Marie Fisher, cum laude. Sarah's future plans are doing a leadership training program with Kohl's.
Clara Hamilton. Clara's favorite ISU memory is designing for the fashion show and attending football games.
Ingrid Kautzman, summa cum laude. Ingrid would like to thank her family, friends, and faculty for supporting her through completing her degree.
Ariana Kautz, cum laude. Ariana's future plans are to move to Los Angeles to work in fabric research and development for Revolve.
Ripley Berg. Ripley would like to thank all of the wonderful professors that she had the joy and privilege to get to know. She wants to specifically thank Jason Gagnon and Yvonne Lee for having such a big impact on her time here.
Mac Vexman. Thank you to Jason, Yvonne, for everything.
Danielle Hagel. Danielle would like to thank her mom and dad for their endless love and support.
Brigitte Van de Loon. Brigitte would like to thank her family for their unconditional support and love.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in hospitality management. Grace Bullhuffer. Grace would like to thank her mom for always cheering her on. Go fight, win.
Amanda Molina, summa cum laude. Amanda would like to thank her parents for always believing in her and her professors for allowing her into every opportunity.
Frances Cummings, cum laude. Frances' favorite ISU memory is meeting the incredible people in her major and working at Sparks Cafe, where she applied what she learned in class and made a real impact on cafe operations in the community around her.
Portia Jacobs. Portia would like to thank everyone who made both ISU and Ames feel like a true home away from home. Through the friendship she built, she discovered a sense of family that made every day on campus more meaningful and enjoyable.
Ava Rose DeAndrea. Ava's favorite ISU memory is getting to know all her new friends and meeting a ton of great people throughout her college career. Congratulations to the graduates in the Department of Apparel, Events, and Hospitality Management.
Good afternoon. I'm Ruth McDonald, Interim Chair of the Department of Food Science and Human Nutrition. We offer degrees in food science, culinary food science, dietetics, nutritional sciences, diet and exercise, and nursing. Our overall goal is to prepare students to solve the global challenges of providing a healthful, safe, and sustainable food system and to enhance the quality of life for all. Graduates, our faculty have encouraged you to think creatively, to explore innovations, and to expand your technical skills. We have worked hard to prepare you to be outstanding professionals. You have each successfully completed these rigorous science-based curricula and are now prepared to take on the global challenges facing our world. Our faculty are extremely proud of all you have accomplished in your time here at Iowa State, and we know that you are ready to share your knowledge, skills, and abilities with the world. On behalf of the faculty, I extend our congratulations to you and to your families, and we know that you will continue to make us proud as you enter the next phase of your life. Dean Jolly, I am pleased to present the graduates from the Department of Food Science and Human Nutrition.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in culinary food science. Lucas Brown. Lucas is excited to begin his career in food product development at Restaurant Brands International.
Samara Fields Torno. Samara would like to thank her mother. She is a huge driver and inspiration to her and the reason why she is here. She would also like to thank all of the people she has met along the way.
Raekwon Victorine. Raekwon would like to thank his mother for her endless devotion over the years, molding him into the man he is today.
Morgan Kotara. Morgan's favorite ISU memory is going on random adventures with her friends.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in diet and exercise. Addie Kaminsky, summa cum laude. Addie would like to thank her diet and exercise cohort, her major professor, Lindy Buckingham Shute, and her friends and family for their constant support and encouragement.
Eva Wood, summa cum laude. Eva would like to thank her family for their love, guidance, and support.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in dietetics. Jenna Schnell, magna cum laude. Jenna's future plans are in the fall she will be continuing her education at the University of Iowa in their Master of Clinical Nutrition program.
Graciana Venerable, summa cum laude. Graciana would like to thank her mom and dad for being her foundation for the last 3 years. She couldn't imagine this accomplishment without you both. Love you guys.
Angela Garcia, cum laude. Angela's future plans are to continue her education at Iowa State's MPPD program. She's excited and looks forward to continuing her education with familiar, caring, and highly educated professors.
Leah Wilson, magna cum laude. Leah would like to thank her parents for always pushing her to achieve excellence. Her best friend, Angela, who was stuck by her as a classmate, and best friend all in one, and her Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Bridget Marie Weber. Bridget's future plans are completing the Master of Professional Practice in Dietetics program here at Iowa State.
Aubrey Snyder. Aubrey's future plans are to attend the University of Iowa to receive her Master of Clinical Nutrition.
Kiara Jesse, summa cum laude. Kiara's future plans are to attend the University of Wisconsin to get her master's in clinical nutrition and complete her dietetic internship.
Isabella Stevens. Isabella wants to thank her family and friends for their support.
Reese Johnston. Reese would like to thank her family and friends for their support.
Victoria Verde. Victoria would like to thank her family and friends for all their love and support. She could not have done it without you. Next stop, KUMC.
Jalen Brown, cum laude. Jalen would like to thank her family for their love, support, and encouragement, and her friends for being there every step of the way. The shared journey means so much to her.
Emma Clayton, summa cum laude. Emma would like to thank her family and friends for all of their support and Iowa State University for the best undergraduate experience.
Haley Tibbs, magna cum laude. Haley's future plans are to continue her education at the University of Nebraska Medical Center for their medical nutrition program.
Kendall Johnson. Kendall's future plans are to attend graduate school, become a registered dietitian, and work in wellness and nutrition, helping people build healthier lives.
Willa Colville. Willa would like to thank Dr. Donna Winham, Dr. Christina Campbell, Rama Sidhar, Carolyn Arlene Patrick, the crew at the Lockwood Cafe, and her family for their unwavering support. Thank you for believing in her.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in food science. Emma Brandt, cum laude and honors. Emma's future plans are to continue her studies in food science and research and flavor chemistry as she pursues her master's in food science and technology right here at Iowa State.
Emma Elizabeth Shepard, summa cum laude and honors. Emma's future plans are to continue her education here at Iowa State after graduation, where she will pursue a master's in food science and technology.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in nutritional science. William Coulter, cum laude. William's future plans are to go to law school.
Isabel Breitbach, magna cum laude. Isabel's future plans are to attend an accelerated Master of Nursing program and then pursue her Doctor of Nursing practice in women's health.
Campbell Colbert, magna cum laude. Campbell's future plans are to attend dental school at the University of Iowa.
Natchie Gardner. Natchie's future plans are attending medical school. Congratulations to the graduates in the Department of Food Science and Human Nutrition.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in nursing. Jalen Johnson, magna cum laude. Jalen would like to thank Professor Kirchhoff and Dr. Bowker for their support, flexibility, and guidance. She plans to continue working at Mary Greeley Medical Center.
Madison Penkanen, summa cum laude. Madison's future plans are to continue working at Mary Greeley as an RN.
Josie Jacobson, summa cum laude. Josie's future plans are to continue growing her nursing career and use her knowledge gained to elevate herself as a nurse and continue to support her community and patients from unique perspectives and insights.
Don't me read that.
Good afternoon. My name is Amy Zarling, and I am the chair of the Human Development and Family Studies Department. Our department offers programs in early childhood education, early childhood programming, family and consumer sciences education and studies, financial counseling and planning, and of course, human development and family studies. On behalf of the HDFS faculty and staff, I offer our congratulations to all of you and to your families and friends. I am now proud to present to you the students who have successfully completed their academic programs in the department.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in early childhood education. Kyra Sue Howard, magna cum laude. Kyra's favorite ISU memory is going to Central Campus on Friday before spring break her sophomore year to watch a guy eat an entire rotisserie chicken with her best friends.
Elizabeth Blandon, summa cum laude. Elizabeth would like to thank her family for supporting her through so much. She couldn't have done it without you.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in Family and Consumer Sciences, Education, and Studies. Grace Heinrich, magna cum laude. Grace's favorite ISU memory is the late nights, the big laughs, and the people who made Ames her home.
Whitney Tegmeyer, summa cum laude. Whitney's future plans are to teach 7th through 12th grade Family and Consumer Sciences at Jessup High School in Jessup, Iowa.
Macy Croy. Macy's favorite ISU memory is all of the time spent in 118 McKay.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in financial counseling and planning. Paul Edwin Blankenship. Paul would like to thank Professor Carolyn Steckelberg.
Katie Van Reenen, summa cum laude. Katie's favorite ISU memory is getting to attend football games at Jack Trice and helping clean up the stadium with Salt Company, as well as basketball games in Hilton Coliseum.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in Human Development and Family Studies. Paige Molesworth, cum laude. Paige would like to thank her mom. She says, as a single mom, your strength, sacrifice, and unwavering belief in me made this possible. I'm here today because you never stopped showing up. I love you.
Larissa Stanley, summa cum laude. Larissa's future plans are to go to graduate school and complete her master's degree.
Sarah Dentif. Sarah would like to thank her family, professors, and advisor for all the support.
Ella Rouse. Ella would like to thank her family and all the love and support that brought her here today.
Zanielle Johnson. Zanielle would like to thank their mother, who has always been there for them every step of the way, both the lowest moments and the highest points in life. Zanielle will always count on her to stand by her side with love and care.
Ashlyn Kerr, magna cum laude. Ashlyn would like to thank her family, partner, and friends for their unwavering love and support, for believing in her, encouraging her passions, and for standing with her through every step on this journey.
Erin Line, summa cum laude in honors. Erin would like to thank her mom and dad Their love and belief in her pushed her to do her best, turn her dreams into reality, and pursue a path where she can make a difference.
Ava Reason, magna cum laude and honors. Ava's future plans are to attend ISU again in the fall for graduate school in political science. She hopes to combine human services with policy analysis to advance social services and advocacy for meaningful change.
Jocelyn Jones. Jocelyn would like to thank her parents for believing in her even when she doubted herself. Her sacrifices, love, and constant support have shaped who she is today. She loves you both so much.
Caitlin Dilworth. Caitlin would like to thank Jesus for saving her, her parents for never giving up on her, and her family and friends for their love and support. She wouldn't be here without you.
Shelby Grace Bartleman, summa cum laude. Shelby would like to thank her family for their constant support and encouragement, her professors for their meaningful guidance and enthusiasm, and her church for the love and patience they have given her.
Reese Huff. Reese would like to thank her family, friends, and teachers for their constant support, encouragement, and belief in her.
Isabella Velez. Isabella would like to thank every single one of her professors. Their guidance, support, and belief in her have made a profound impact. Cheers to the next chapter.
Brooke Briefogel. I'd like to thank my family, Patrick, Tanya, and Rebecca Briefogel, for their love and support.
Varunavi Prasad. Varunavi's favorite ISU memory is being able to do spring break service trips with her friends every year, getting to volunteer, sightsee, and bond with her friends.
Marissa Johnston. Marissa's favorite ISU memory is spending time with her friends, regardless of location. She truly enjoyed getting to know them and honestly can't pick a favorite memory because they are all the ones that made her college experience special. Congratulations to the graduates in the Department of Human Development and Family Studies.
Good afternoon. My name is Tim Derrick, and I am the interim chair of the Department of Kinesiology and Health. In Kinesiology and Health, we explore the benefits of physical activity and exercise and the negative consequences of sedentary behavior on human health. Our department offers the undergraduate major with Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology and Health, with options in community and public health, exercise science, physical activity and health promotion, physical education, teacher education, and pre-health professions. We also offer a 3+2 program that leads to a master's degree in athletic training, as well as an online master's program in digital health. To families and friends of the graduates, thank you for your support of these outstanding students. And to our graduates, congratulations. We are proud of your achievements. Enjoy this special day and best wishes for success in the future.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in kinesiology and health. Elizabeth Anderson. After graduation, Elizabeth will be attending DMU's occupational therapy doctorate program and hopes to one day work as a pediatric OT.
Madison McLaughlin. Madison's future plans are to continue her education by earning a master's in physician assistant studies and building a meaningful career in healthcare.
Nathan Kaufman, summa cum laude. Nathan's future plans are to attend PT school at the University of Iowa and spend even more government money and then start working to pay back the government money.
Shelby Rosenboom, magna cum laude. Shelby's future plans are to attend Washington University in St. Louis Doctor of Physical Therapy program.
Brenna Fisher, magna cum laude. Brenna would like to thank her mom, siblings, grandparents, aunts and uncles, cousins, scholarship donors, and all the friends she made at ISU for always supporting her through the many ups and downs of her college career. Thank you.
Dahlia Gardner, summa cum laude. Dahlia's future plans are to attend the University of Iowa College of Dentistry.
Paige Crawford, summa cum laude. Paige would like to thank her mom and dad for helping and always supporting her throughout her education in undergrad, as well as their support for her upcoming graduate program.
Addison Womax, summa cum laude. Addison would like to thank God for his faithfulness, her professor for their instruction and mentorship, her peers and friends for getting through it all together, and her family for their unwavering support and prayers.
Owen Butzloff, summa cum laude. Owen would like to thank his late grandfather, Lauren Butzloff, for providing Owen and his family with the opportunities and teaching them the skills that made their success possible.
Cecilia Hill, summa cum laude and honors. Cecilia's future plans are to attend the Doctor of Physical Therapy program at the University of Iowa.
Abigail Meredith Johnson, summa cum laude and honors. Abigail's future plans are attending the University of Iowa to pursue a doctorate of physical therapy.
Carly Schaefer, magna cum laude. Carly's future plans are to return back to Eastern Iowa and continue working in the healthcare industry while applying to physician assistant programs.
Hannah Fishwild, magna cum laude. Hannah's future plans are to attend St. Ambrose University this fall to pursue her doctorate of physical therapy.
Dakota Clement. Dakota's future plans are to take a gap year, gaining experience in rehabilitation and therapy before pursuing her doctorate of physical therapy.
Kristen Michalschek. Kristen's favorite ISU memory is being on the equestrian club hunt team and traveling with all of her best friends.
Ikra Farah. Ikra would like to thank her village, her mom, family, friends, and mentors for supporting and believing in her throughout this journey, and the ISU community for all that you have invested in her.
Brooke Mandendek, cum laude. Brooke's future plans are to attend Creighton University to earn a doctorate in physical therapy.
Brooke Freese, summa cum laude and honors. Brooke's future plans are to begin a Doctor of Physical Therapy program at the University of Minnesota.
Shay Eastman, cum laude. Shay would like to thank her parents for the love, support, and sacrifices they made for her.
Allie Nelson, summa cum laude. Allie would like to thank her parents for being the best support system of all time. She says, "To say I am blessed is an understatement."
Emily Peterson, cum laude. Emily's future plans are to attend the University of Minnesota's Doctor of Physical Therapy program this summer.
Spencer Adams. Spencer's future plans are to get a job where he did his internship and continue working in strength and conditioning.
Hannah Hubble. Hannah's future plans are to attend respiratory therapy school.
Thomas King. Thomas's plan is to attend Palmer College of Chiropractic School.
Tyler Roberts, cum laude. Tyler would like to thank his family and friends for always supporting him through his academic journey.
Christian Gomez. Christian would like to thank his parents for their sacrifices and love, his sister for grounding and inspiring him, his Sigma Chi brothers for their brotherhood. Because of everyone, he will move forward with hope and purpose.
Michael Sagalis, cum laude. Michael's future plans are to continue his education by pursuing master's and doctoral degrees in the healthcare field.
Sage Cochran, summa cum laude. Sage's future plans are to attend Indiana School of Optometry in Bloomington, Indiana. After graduate school, he plans to open an optometric practice where he can provide high-quality optical and ophthalmic services.
Matthew Thomas Stoltz. Matthew's future plans are to attend PA school and go into orthopedic surgery.
Alina Fry, cum laude. Alina would like to thank her family and friends for their endless love and support, SALT Company for providing amazing experiences and community, and Jeff Barton for his support and guidance.
Ashley Salcido, magna cum laude. Ashley would like to thank her parents for their endless sacrifices and unwavering belief in her. She also says, "Thank you to my husband for supporting my dreams and to my friends for bringing joy and laughter through it all."
Marilyn Porras, cum laude and honors. Marilyn's future plans are to continue her education at Drake University to pursue a doctorate of occupational therapy degree with the intent of opening her own private practice.
Ava Elizabeth Ostendorf, summa cum laude and honors. Ava's future plans are to continue her education. She is starting graduate school this summer at St. Catherine's University to receive her doctorate in occupational therapy.
Julia Solomon, magna cum laude. Julia's future plans are to attend Des Moines University for physical therapy.
Mila DeVries. Maya's future plans are to attend the University of Iowa College of Dentistry to become a doctor of dental surgery.
Tate Smith, magna cum laude. Tate's future plans are attending the University of Iowa School of Dentistry.
Jake Feinart. Jake's future plans are to pursue a chiropractic degree at Cleveland University.
Quincy Foster. Quincy's future plans are to teach physical education and coach football and track and field.
Jake Turpins. Jake would like to thank his brother, his parents, and everyone who supported him.
Zethan Douglas May. Zethan would like to thank his wife, his parents, his dog, and the rest of his family and friends for their constant support throughout his college experience.
Joseph Drzezinski. Joseph would like to thank his father, mother, and grandmother for supporting him throughout his college.
Carson Lane. Carson would like to thank his parents and family for their support, encouragement, and belief in him throughout his college journey.
Haywood Garthalee Stoll IV, cum laude. Haywood would like to thank his parents, Erica and Haywood Stoll III, extended family and friends, ISU admissions for being a star, Iowa State professors, Cornerstone Church, and most of all, God for directing his life through Jesus.
Micah Overly. Micah's favorite ISU memory is looking at the imaging of his heart with Dr. Lefferts and Hayward was eye-opening and sparked even more of a passion for what he is studying.
Ryan William Martin, summa cum laude and honors. Ryan would like to thank his family, friends, and everyone who stood by him along the way. He would not have been able to reach this moment without the love and support.
Braden Berg, summa cum laude. Braden is looking forward to attending the University of Illinois at Chicago for physical therapy school.
Carter Wenzel, cum laude. Carter's future plans are to continue his education at Palmer College of Chiropractic starting in July.
Brian Brabeck. Brian's future plans are to attend graduate school in physical therapy or chiropractic care.
Kaylee Schroyer. Kaylee's future plans are to take a gap year to build her professional resume while applying to pursue a doctorate in naturopathic medicine.
Kara Kirkland. Kara would like to thank her family for their endless support and Iowa State University for the memories and friendships that will last a lifetime. Congratulations to the graduates in the Department of Kinesiology and Health.
Good afternoon. I am Ann Gansmer-Topp, and I am the Francis S. and Arthur L. Wallace Professor and Director of the School of Education. The School of Education offers undergraduate majors in elementary education and education studies. In addition, the school provides teacher education preparation coursework for students majoring in specific content areas outside of the College of Health and Human Sciences who are preparing to teach at the secondary and K-12 levels. On behalf of the faculty and staff of the School of Education, congratulations. We applaud your commitment to education and welcome you to the profession.
The following students are graduating with a bachelor's degree in elementary education. Alexandria Arnaud. Alexandria will student teach this fall.
Anna Young, summa cum laude. Anna's future plans are to begin her career as an elementary classroom teacher.
Lauren Hansen. Lauren's future plans are to pursue an elementary teaching job.
Kelsey Davis, summa cum laude. Kelsey will student teach this fall.
Riley Britton. Riley would like to thank her family and friends for supporting her throughout her time here at Iowa State.
Idria Brumer, summa cum laude. Idria would like to thank her family. None of this will be possible without you. Her parents instilled in her the value of education. Her brother made Iowa State feel like home, and Kylie inspires her daily as a future educator.
Sarah Shipley, summa cum laude. Sarah's favorite ISU memory is going to all of the amazing shows at Stevens Auditorium.
Olaya Lewis, summa cum laude and honors. Olaya would like to thank her parents for giving her strong values that have guided her throughout her college experience, and Caden for always believing in her and supporting her as she finished school.
Sophia Cochran, cum laude. Sophie would like to thank her family, friends, and professors at Iowa State.
Jasmine Moreno, magna cum laude. Jasmine would like to thank her parents, her professors, the amazing cooperating teachers she's learned from, and every student she's taught. Each of them has shaped her into the educator she's becoming.
Emily Taylor Grower, cum laude. Emily would like to thank her family for always supporting her and pushing her to follow her dreams, and her friends for standing by her and helping her every step of the way.
Odalise Jimenez, summa cum laude. Odalise would like to thank her family for every sacrifice you made to pave the way for her. And to Ian, thank you for supporting her through it all. She is walking across the stage because of you. Si se puede.
Anjuli Kathakar, summa cum laude. Anjuli would like to thank her family for endless support, the School of Education for believing in her, her cooperating teachers who pushed her to grow, and each of her students. You've all shaped who she is today.
Jaden Jensen, summa cum laude. Jaden would like to thank her family and friends for all their support.
Lily Beal, summa cum laude. Lily would like to thank her family, friends, and faculty who have supported her.
Meredith Strubing, summa cum laude. Meredith would like to thank everyone who made Iowa State so special.
Hunter Alexander Sandbolt. Hunter would like to thank his family, friends, and beautiful fiancée, Maddie, for always pushing him to give his best effort.
Kaylee Piggott, summa cum laude. Kaylee's future plans are to work as a special education teacher at West Oak Intermediate School in Illinois.
McKenna Margaret Vincent, summa cum laude. McKenna's future plans are to teach elementary special education in her hometown.
Ryan Obbins. Ryan's future plans are to work as an elementary education teacher in Iowa.
Nurka Ramirez, magna cum laude. Nurka would like to thank her family, friends, and teachers. She says, thank you for everything you've done for me. Thank you for all of your love and support along these 4 years of my career. I wouldn't be here without you.
Genesis Rodriguez, summa cum laude. Genesis would like to thank her family, friends, partner, professors, mentors, and students. Your love, patience, and belief in her carried her through every challenge and made this dream possible. Thank you so much.
Adrian Hatlin. Adrian's future plans are to return to her home area and enter the teaching profession.
Hannah Wadowitz, cum laude. Hannah would like to thank her parents for the support they've shown in the last 4 years.
Courtney Waltz. Courtney would like to thank her parents, grandparents, friends, and professors who supported her along the way.
Lita Smith, summa cum laude. Lita would like to thank her spouse, Dr. Kurt Smith, and her children, Chloe and Kai, for encouraging and supporting her in pursuing her dream of becoming a professional educator. Also, she'd like to thank Malin Powell for being her best friend.
Veronica Herrera, summa cum laude. Veronica's future plans are accepting a full-ride scholarship to the University of Wisconsin for a PhD in Education, Leadership, and Policy Evaluation.
Brooklyn Vabdevanter, summa cum laude. She would like to thank her friends, family, and all those that have made an impact on her during her time here at Iowa State.
Kira Olson, summa cum laude. She would like to thank the family, friends, and educators who helped shape her path.
Amelia Berger, magna cum laude. Amelia would like to thank her family for giving her endless love and support throughout her journey to becoming an educator. She would also like to thank all the Iowa State School of Education professors and admin in their guidance, which will lead her into teaching.
Julia Fiedler, summa cum laude and major in Spanish. Julia feels so grateful for her family's love, support, and the value they place in education. Following graduation, she is proud to pursue a career in teaching.
Lindsay Stevens. Lindsay would like to thank her family and friends for their constant support and her mom for inspiring her to become a teacher. She will be student teaching in Des Moines and can't wait to make her family, especially her late grandma, Cookie, proud. She knows she is cheering her on today from heaven.
The following students are graduating with a degree in secondary education. April Wigdahl, summa cum laude. April's favorite ISU memory is seeing Christ's love while living with 11 different roommates and participating in campus fellowship. Jesus made her life truly abundant and set her free from her selfish desires. Praise him. Congratulations to the graduates in the School of Education.
Congratulations again to all of our graduating students. Round of applause. I hope to see all of you tomorrow at our university commencement ceremonies. I'd like to acknowledge two other very important groups, for without them, we would not have this group of graduates before us today. First, our academic advisors and faculty have been critically important, so please help me acknowledge them. There's a second group, most often behind the scenes, but ever present. You, the families of our students who have supported your student monetarily, physically, emotionally, and spiritually throughout their lives. Would family members please stand for applause and congratulations? Thank you. After the ceremony, please join your graduate at the reception in the Sheeman building. So look at the signs for the different departments and school so that you can more readily find your graduates and other programs. So our faculty and staff would love to meet you and congratulate your students. So now please join Austin Rewer, senior in music, accompanied by Jonathan Stoker, a senior in music, in singing The Bells of Iowa State. The words are on the back of your program, and then after the song, please be seated until the students have filed out of the auditorium. Please stand as we sing The Bells of Iowa State.
And valiant